And so I'm just really trying to fulfill that promise of that guy that was standing with his son in the pool. So it started with when I got divorced and I wanted to buy a property to have my son, right? Because I moved back in with my mom after getting a divorce, and so I'm like, I need to buy this property, and that's when I bought the Naka house. And so in searching for this house, I'm like, I wanted to have the big yard so he could run around and just something that he could come to feel like this is home. And when we found a house, it was on the border of Queens and Long Island. So Long Island is like the more prestigious part of New York, so to speak. It's the suburbs. And so, but like literally on that street, I had Long Island amenities, but I paid Queens taxes. So I was like super happy. I'm like, man, this is a win, right? Because you turn the corner and you're in Long Island, right? And so bought the house, and a weekend I had my son after we settled in for like maybe four like 4 weeks or so. And there's like the best schools, like a pool and all that type of stuff. So I'm like, let's go to the pool. And I take him, we go buy floaties, we're ready, we're in the line going towards the pool now, and get to the front, and the guy is like, I need to see your ID. So I give him my ID, and he was like, oh, sorry, you're not allowed to come in. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you don't live on the side that you need to enter here. This is only for Long Island residents. I'm like, dude, I could walk here. Like, I live like right there. He was like, yeah, no, I get it. You just needed to live one street over. And so in that, my son is there. I'm like, what do I say? And my heart is broken at this point, like legit to tears. And I'm like, I did all of this for him and he still can't even enjoy this. I felt embarrassed. And so for months, I was really mad. I had that mentality of like, this is why the rich keep getting richer and the poor stay poor, and they keep you segmented and all that type of stuff. And so I got really frustrated. And then it came down to one day I just said, take accountability. Nobody told you to go buy a house there or whatever. You didn't hire the right person to tell them exactly what you wanted to do so that they could advise you and say, hey, Kes, you needed to buy your house here. And that led me to saying, I'm gonna learn everything about financial literacy so this never happens to me again. And then I'm gonna teach it to everyone for free. And that's the reason why I do like a bunch of free things for my birthday, and I help people the way that I help them, because I'm like, I don't want this to ever happen to anyone ever again. And on that journey of trying to transform my life and try to learn financial literacy comes up where it's like, oh, this crap is actually hard, right? Like learning and trying to change is hard. And then that started it didn't start. Me getting divorced started my transformation mindset process, but trying to become successful or understand finances and all of that made me realize like how mentally draining and how much work it is to change your mindset from not having to wanting to have. And that's what made me start understanding paradigms and all that type of stuff, because it's like, why is this so hard? Like, why can't I do this? And it sent me down that rabbit hole. So the first thing sent me down the next rabbit hole. And then I just was like, my purpose is to help men and help people understand how to transform their mindsets, how to go beyond, because I've had so many difficult things happen to me, and I went through transformation, and I started to understand about habits, and it was the things that I learned growing up that have been keeping me back and all that type of stuff. And once I started to overcome it, that's why I started to scream it, like, you gotta do this, like, because I was there and now I'm here. And so I'm just really trying to fulfill that promise of that guy that was standing with his son in the pool and couldn't get in because I didn't have enough money to pay the taxes for Long Island. That's why I do this. That's like the root of it right there.